We style not one, but two huge homes, colourful walls, 2 truckloads at both jobs, and complex logistics. Let's get into Foxy TV, episode 147. Coorparoo was the location of our first install. Let's go there now.
Hey guys, so we have just finished up here this beautiful big install that we did in Coorparoo. Coorparoo is about 6 k's from the CBD, so we are sort of focused on sort of more professional family, definitely a family home. So our price point is sort of up and around the $2 million mark, I would say. We have multiple living areas. We've got 5 bedrooms, the study, and then a lot of generous outdoor space here. So why we did a Foxy TV on this particular home today, we do this level of home often. What makes this one interesting is the paint color. When an agent will get a stylist through, there's often varying reasons, I would say. Do we need to modernize the home? Do we need to help distract from love marks from the house being lived in? Do we need to help it appeal to a certain market? Are there little features about the home, like funny shaped nooks and crannies, or long skinny rooms, or a rabbit warren floor plan that we need to help make sense of? For this particular home, it was to really help to modernize it. Our paint job, whilst it's a fantastic condition, it was from, I'd say, about 10-ish years ago, the colors that were in this home were used. So we walk into a pop of mustard, not a pop, a lot of mustard. Then you've got sage green, you've got more of an amber color, you have lighter green, you also have a really dark brown, as well as just our standard hog's bristle throughout. Lots of paint colors, trying to make it cohesive, but also make it feel like it still matches that price point. When there are so many new builds in this street, they're all perfect. That's what we're here for today. So how have we done it? So matching, basically the predominant color in this home is the mustard. So you can't ignore it. You can't pretend like it's not there. It is very much there when you walk in the home. So you'll see we have little pops of colour throughout. So the mustard has been brought throughout the living spaces. Throughout the rest of the home, we've gone black and white and beige. Not super contemporary, still very traditional, very familiar for a family, but still very luxe, so that matches our price point. We've got our feather-filled cushions. We've got very generous bedrooms, lots of layers in all of the beds to make them feel all very luxe, but still within the means of a family. So I could walk in here with my 3, 5 and 7-year-old, and Sam and Charlie could find the room that they love. Alice can see she loves the room downstairs because it's further away from the boys, and I can see I've got a retreat up here, which I would love to think I'd use, but I know it'd be my wardrobe. Those sorts of things. That is 100% we're here to target.
So there's the styling component. Let's now hear a little about the logistics component and how it all came together.
So this one, being a really big home, has a lot of furniture in it. We are talking 10 pieces of bed, so bed base and mattress. We're talking 3 dining tables. We've got 5 sofas, including 2 chase lounges. So each of those have 2 parts. We've also got 2 outdoor lounges, and that's not including sideboards, multiple occasional chairs. So you can see there's a lot of pieces that go into this home. Lots of accessories, but you've got to think about the logistics behind getting all of that furniture here. Plus the efficiency of time for the stylists who are on site. So this is 2 truckloads worth of furniture into this property. We had the boys come and deliver all of our bedrooms and our sofas, plus our artwork and linen the first run. That allowed them to go back to the warehouse and reload with all the small bits and pieces so that we could make the beds, we could hang the art, get all of our accessories ready for when they come back with the smaller stuff for us just to put them down and then head out. So logistics for the truck, logistics for the stylists, making sure we have ample number on site. I'm basically 0 person today because I can't lift or carry anything. But making sure that we have the right manpower to have the expectation we can have it done within the right time frame. So we had the 2 removalists today. They did do 2 truck worths of furniture. To give you an idea, it took them 45 minutes to load the first time, 45 minutes to put it into the house, an hour to load the second time, and then just over an hour to get it into the house the second time. We've had 5 stylists here today, so that is quite a few, but we had lots of bedrooms, we had lots and lots of artwork to hang. So 2 stylists were off hanging the artwork for then pretty much the duration of the time. You had the other 2 doing the beds and I was doing accessories. So it is teamwork, definitely team effort, but you can see there's lots of logistics behind it.
Now some of you are probably thinking, how much would a home like this cost to stage? How much do we charge? Well, we love being transparent here, so let's get into that answer.
Price point for this one. So we do lots of packages, we do lots of units. The units we can do and turn around very quickly. For us, the units are a volume-based thing. So we'll do an install in a unit in about a 2-hour time frame. This one has taken double the amount of stylists, double the amount of that time, and double the amount of truck deliveries. Plus, at the other end, it'll be double the amount for the pack up. The cost base, so for this particular job, the costing came in between $8,000 and $9,000. That was for one of our nicer packages that the more higher end, because it needs to reflect that price point. But the return on investment for them, if you had have had them repaint, you're looking at over, I would say, $10,000, $15,000 for this home to be, actually probably be more, to have this house repainted. The carpet, everything is in great condition. The paint is in good condition, it's just an older colour. So to help us modernise it and refresh, that was the key.
So January has passed us by, we are now into February, and before we get into our second big install of the episode, let's head to Jake to get a bit of a business update.
Way more room than we had last week. Still lots of stuff here, but it's actually back in the shelves, which is nice, gives us some breathing room. We had about 30% of our overall stock that we own in the warehouse before those big jobs last week, and now we're down to about 20%. So we had about 10% of everything we own leave the warehouse in the last 3 days. So we hit 67 installs this month, which I'm quite happy with. That's a really good month. Probably is where, typically January starts off quite busy, but we feel busy, partly because of the installs that have kind of postponed from December into January, waiting for that Christmas break to finish, but also because the same thing happens with all the pack-ups, all the properties that have sold over that kind of last 2 weeks in December, they don't get packed up at the time because obviously we're away. So when we get to January, we hit the ground in the first 2 weeks and everybody wants install, everybody wants pack-ups. So it's been quite a busy January. It's our biggest January that we've had. At the same time, we're not quite at the levels we were in spring last year, but that's kind of where we would expect it to be.
And because one big home just isn't enough, let's head to our second install of this week, just 5 minutes down the road from the warehouse in Sunnybank Hills.
All right, guys, so it's now Monday. Last week we showed you Octanta Street, which was a different style property closer to the city, but also very big. This one is also very big. A little, again, different. We're further out from the city. We've got a different demographic. We've also done some renovations in this property where I've been asked to match in with the new colour drawer. So we would have gone, as you would normally see us do in this colour-based home, we would have gone with cream furniture. This time we've replaced carpets with grey, and we're drawing on the grey vein in the tile. So we've gone with a different feel compared to how we normally would. However, still gone contemporary, not super modern, still very warm and appealing to families, but we did very much want to up the level of this home to make it feel a little bit more luxy without overstepping the mark for families. So that was our brief. The home itself is 4 living areas, 5 bedrooms, a study and 2 outdoors, as well as 2 dining areas. So it is quite large. We have queen beds in all the rooms plus a twin single. And again, just like last week, this is 2 truckloads of furniture. So logistically, working that into our schedule, making sure we had 2 trucks. Again, we had we had all of the team bar 1 here at one point. So we had lots of people on site. It came off the truck very quickly. But that's because they have another one to get to that is also 2 truckloads of furniture. So we've got M3 trucks, M1, M2, M3. M3 for us, our brand new truck is being delivered in May. M3 currently is an outsourced truck whom we're using through one of our, Eva. Her partner owns a removals company, so very conveniently asked him on the weekend and he was able to help out. So that's got 2 truckloads that are going to that one over in Forest Lake. So logistics of big houses is a lot harder but also stylists on site to get our 30 pieces of artwork hung. Logistics is a lot more involved. Plus then, the guys have just finished up. They're going out to Carindale to install another 4-bedroom one living property for Caitlin. And then they're packing up a property today that is settles next week. The owners were granted early possession, so we had to get it out quick, smart. So lots of things to consider in the background happening. This one's come up great. So we've got awesome big high ceilings. We've gone for big pieces of furniture. So you can see, don't mind Gabby. We've gone for something a little bit different towards what we will normally do. So huge, big 3-seater sofa. Actually, it's one of our biggest sofas and you can't even tell in this space. 3 sets of armchairs. We've got the lamps, huge, big artwork, statement pieces in all the rooms pretty much. But no matter where you look, you've got gorgeous artwork on the walls at every single point in this home. And that was one of the things that I had a really good discussion about with Nancy, who's the owner, and it's gonna photograph beautifully. But if you come on through to the other living spaces, so we've got two formal spaces down here. This one around the fireplace, again, it's positioned to be open around the thoroughfare. We could have very easily put our occasionals here and had a TV on that wall, but it's not the prettiest. It's also not the best to have huge people through an open home and to ensure we have lots of flow through the open home. So we keep our thoroughfare open, otherwise we'll have a narrowing. Nice big dining setting. We can go for a heavy dark one in this space because it's big and black. And then if you look upstairs, we've got another one.
That is it for this week's episode of Foxy TV. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you back here next week.